Are you planning to get out? Did you recently get out? Or did you get out a long time ago and still struggling with the transition? If so, this video is for you. Hey, I'm Dr. McCleary, and I make mental health videos for veterans and their families. Transitioning from being in the military to being a civilian again is one of the hardest transitions that you can do. There's getting married, there's having kids, and then there's getting out of the military.
Payne, what happened? You've only been out 1 week.
It's civilian life, sir. I had a minor setback.
But here's the thing. There are far more veterans than they are people in uniform. And what that means is that a lot of people have done it before and have actually done it successfully. And so can you. What I want to give you in this video is a 4-part plan that, while isn't foolproof, can definitely set you up for success for being able to make that leap from uniform to whatever you want to wear. Stay tuned to the end of this video because I'm going to give you a tip about a trap that you can fall into when you're transitioning from the military into the civilian workplace. And it's a trap that a lot of veterans deal with in the area that I live in, which is DC. The first step for my active duty folks is to actually decide whether you want to get out of the military or not. Now, I recognize that this isn't always a decision that we actually get to make. For many people, they're forced to get out. For many people, it's not their choice to get out. But despite the way that you end up getting separated from the military, you can still have a plan to set you up for success on the other side. When you're deciding whether to get out or not, you want to kind of look at all of your options. Well, what do you actually want to do? Do you want to continue to run and gun, knowing you can't do that forever? Do you want to go to school? Do you want to be able to spend more time with your family? These things are things that you want to think about before you actually make that decision. Before you actually decide whether you want to get out or not, what you want to decide is what you want to do, which is my next tip for you. What do you actually want your life to look like? Do you want to go to school? Do you want to have another job? Do you want to be there for your kids' birthdays? Do you want to be there for Christmas and New Year's and not have to choose which one you get to be there for? These things are what you want to think about before you decide to get out. So you decided you want to get out. Okay. And you decided what you want to do. All right, even better. Now you have to figure out, well, how do you get there? How do you actually make whatever that goal is actually happen? If you want to go to school, for example, how do you even apply to school? I know when I was getting out, I had a high school education. Never stepped foot in a college classroom. I didn't know how to do it. I've never taken the SAT or ACT before. Pretty sure they still take those. So I had to figure out what I want to do. And mind you, I didn't really know, but I had kind of an idea. I wanted a job. I wanted to go to school. So once you figure it out that you want to get out, once you figure it out that what you want to do, now you make a plan to make that happen. And you can do that while you're still in uniform. My last tip for you, once you figure out that you want to get out, once you figure out what you want to do, kinda, and once you make a plan on how to get there, what you want to do is find the people that can help you reach that goal. That may be your family, may be your spouse to support you, and who it probably is your fellow veterans. Talk to that person that you know already got out. How did they do it? How did they navigate the GI Bill? How did they get a job? How did they support their family while they were still looking for a job? All of these things that you're looking to do potentially for the first time, somebody else that you know, I can almost guarantee, has already done it. Now, do you want to do it in exactly the same way that they did it? Well, maybe not. But you already have a plan in place. And now you have somebody to help you. Here is my bonus tip for you. And I wish that not only had I done this, but I hope that you do it as well. If you are going to separate from the military, whether that's after 3 years or after 30 years, what you need to do is take a vacation. Go, relax. Now, I'm not saying you got to go to the Bahamas. That would be nice. And if you did 30 years, you probably deserve a week or two in the Bahamas. But what you want to do is you want to take a break. Transitioning from being in the military to civilian life is a tough one. It's not that it can't be done, but it can be tough. And the trap that a lot of people fall into, I do it myself. We have this military mentality, gotta go, go, go. So often what people do, what veterans do, is after they do 30 years in the military, well, now they get another job that's just as stressful. And you know how much time they take off? 0. They go straight into that other job. Sometimes they go so straight into that job here in the DC area, maybe they were working at the Pentagon when they were in uniform. Literally, I've seen people in uniform one day, the very next day show up in a suit in a different yet similar high stress job. This is a recipe for disaster. What you need to do and what you deserve is a vacation and some time off, some time to clear your mind, and then go back into that stressful world. Don't worry, a stressful job will be waiting on you. But in order to set yourself up for success, I suggest that you take that vacation. That's probably long overdue. So to recap, decide whether you want to get out or not. Decide what you want to do. Make a plan to make that happen. Enlist people to help you. And maybe most important, take that break in between putting on that uniform and maybe for the first time in a long time, putting on whatever you feel like putting on. Something to think about. If this video was helpful for you, and I hope that it was, please like it. Subscribe to my channel if you want to learn more about PTSD and mental health. But more important than that, if this video was helpful for you, well, that means that it could probably be helpful for another veteran or another friend or family member of a veteran. So I ask that you share it with them. Because at the end of the day, that's really what all this is about. One veteran trying to help another.